Picture this. Your baby just turned 1, and everyone's telling you how fast they're growing. But here's what most parents don't realise. The choices you make right now in these precious early months are literally rewiring your baby's brain and setting the foundation for who they'll become as an adult. Recent research has revealed something absolutely mind-blowing. The first 3 years of your child's life have more impact on their future happiness, intelligence, and emotional well-being than we ever imagined possible. I'm talking about creating neural pathways that will influence how your child handles stress, forms relationships, and approaches challenges for the rest of their life. Every cuddle, every conversation, every moment of connection is doing something profound inside that tiny, developing brain. So if you're wondering how to give your baby the absolute best start in life, today I'm sharing 5 research-backed strategies that will help you raise a happier, healthier baby. Let's start with the most powerful tool you have as a parent, your responsiveness. When your baby cries, makes sounds, or reaches for something, they're not just being needy, they're communicating with you. And how you respond to these signals creates the blueprint for how secure and confident your child will feel throughout their entire life. Think about it this way. Every time your baby expresses a need and you respond warmly and consistently, you're teaching them that the world is a safe place where their needs matter. When they cry because they're hungry and you feed them, when they reach for you and you pick them up, when they babble and you babble back, you're building what psychologists call secure attachment. This isn't about spoiling your baby or creating dependency. In fact, it's the complete opposite. Babies who receive consistent, loving responses to their cues actually become more independent and confident as they grow up. They learn to trust that their caregivers will be there when needed, which gives them the security to explore and take healthy risks later on. Here's what this looks like in practice. When your baby makes eye contact with you, hold that gaze and smile. When they point at something, follow their gaze and talk about what they're seeing. When they're fussy, try to understand what they might need, rather than just trying to stop the crying. This kind of attentive responsiveness creates a foundation of trust that will serve your child for decades to come. The second strategy might surprise you because it's so simple, yet incredibly powerful. Talk to your baby constantly. I mean, constantly. From the moment they wake up until they drift off to sleep, narrate your world together. Research shows that children whose parents speak to them extensively as babies develop significantly more advanced language skills than children who don't receive much verbal interaction. But here's the key. You don't need to be profound or educational. Just describe what you're doing as you do it. Now I'm changing your diaper. I'm lifting your legs up. Here comes the fresh diaper. I'm making your bottle. The water is warm. Here's your milk. This constant stream of loving commentary does something remarkable. It teaches your baby the rhythm and structure of language, while showing them they're worthy of your attention and conversation. There's also something called parentese that you might already be doing naturally. It's that sing-song, higher-pitched way of talking to babies with simplified sentences. Don't feel silly about it. Studies prove this kind of speech actually helps babies learn language faster. The key is using real words and proper grammar, just with that musical quality that babies love. And here's something beautiful. Your baby will start responding to your chatter long before they can talk back. You'll notice them moving their mouths, making sounds, and even pausing as if they're taking turns in the conversation. Honor these early attempts at communication by responding as if you're having a real discussion, because in many ways, you are. Reading deserves its own spotlight as our third strategy, because it's one of the most important things you can do for your baby's development. Start reading to your child from day 1. Yes, even when they're a newborn who seems more interested in sleeping than stories. Reading aloud builds vocabulary, stimulates imagination, and improves language and social skills in ways that casual conversation alone cannot achieve. Choose board books with bright colours and simple pictures for the youngest babies. As you read, don't worry about sticking to the exact text. Talk about the pictures, point to different objects, and let your baby touch and explore the book. The goal isn't to teach them to read yet. It's to create positive associations with books and stories while exposing them to rich language and concepts. What's magical about reading together is that it combines so many developmental benefits into one activity. Your baby gets to hear new vocabulary words in context, see how stories unfold, experience the rhythm of language, and, most importantly, associate books with the warmth and security of being close to you. This early positive relationship with reading often translates into a lifelong love of learning. As your baby grows, reading becomes even more interactive. You can ask simple questions about the pictures, encourage them to point at familiar objects, and eventually let them turn the pages. These seemingly small interactions are building critical thinking skills and teaching your baby that their thoughts and responses matter. Our fourth strategy focuses on something your baby craves: sensory experiences that help them understand their world. Your child needs exposure to different textures, sounds, sights, and environments to build the neural connections that support learning and development. But this doesn't mean you need expensive educational toys or structured activities. Some of the best sensory experiences happen during everyday moments. Let your baby touch different fabrics while you're folding laundry. Bring them outside to feel grass or sand between their fingers. Play music during tummy time or sing lullabies during diaper changes. Offer them toys with different textures, weights, and sounds. Wooden blocks, soft stuffed animals, crinkly books. The key is variety without overwhelming them. Babies can get overstimulated easily, so introduce new experiences gradually and watch for cues that they've had enough. You might notice them turning away, becoming fussy, or rubbing their eyes when they need a break from stimulation. Create safe spaces for exploration in your home. Instead of constantly saying no or don't touch, baby-proof areas where your child can freely investigate. Fill a low kitchen cabinet with plastic containers, wooden spoons, and measuring cups they can safely explore. This kind of hands-on discovery learning is incredibly valuable for developing problem-solving skills and spatial awareness. Here's our fifth and perhaps most crucial strategy: take care of yourself. This might seem like it doesn't belong in a list about raising a happy baby, but research consistently shows that parental well-being directly impacts infant development. When you're exhausted, stressed, or overwhelmed, it becomes much harder to provide the consistent, responsive care your baby needs. Self-care isn't selfish when you're a parent, it's essential. Your baby picks up on your emotional state more than you might realize. When you're calm and centered, your baby feels safer and more secure. When you're consistently stressed or depleted, it can actually affect their developing stress response system. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect or happy all the time. Babies are remarkably resilient, and it's normal to have challenging days. But making an effort to maintain your own physical and emotional health creates a better environment for your baby's development. Practical self-care might look like taking a walk with your baby in the stroller for your own exercise and fresh air. It might mean accepting help from family and friends when it's offered. It could involve having honest conversations with your partner about sharing household and parenting responsibilities, or reaching out for support if you're feeling overwhelmed or depressed. Pay attention to warning signs that you might need additional help. If you're experiencing intense sadness, anxiety, mood swings, or finding it difficult to care for yourself or your baby, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. Postpartum depression affects many parents, and getting help isn't a sign of weakness. It's an act of love for both you and your baby. Now, let's talk about how these 5 strategies work together to create something powerful. A secure, stimulating environment where your baby can thrive. When you respond consistently to your baby's needs, engage them in constant conversation, share stories together, provide rich sensory experiences, and maintain your own well-being, you're creating the optimal conditions for healthy development. The beauty of these strategies is that they don't require special equipment, expensive programs, or perfect parenting skills. They're built into the natural rhythms of daily life with your baby. Every diaper change becomes an opportunity for conversation. Every feeding becomes a chance for connection. Every quiet moment becomes perfect for reading or gentle sensory play. What's happening in your baby's brain during these interactions is remarkable. Scientists can now see how responsive caregiving literally shapes neural development. When you consistently meet your baby's needs with warmth and attention, you're helping build strong neural pathways for emotional regulation, learning, and social connection. Remember that every baby develops at their own pace, and there's a wide range of normal when it comes to milestones. Your role isn't to accelerate your baby's development or compare them to other children. Instead, your job is to provide a loving, responsive environment where your unique child can flourish according to their own timeline and temperament. As you implement these strategies, you might notice changes not just in your baby's development, but in your own confidence as a parent. When you understand that simple, everyday interactions are profoundly meaningful for your baby's growth, parenting can feel less overwhelming and more purposeful. These early investments in your baby's well-being pay dividends that extend far beyond infancy. Children who receive responsive, loving care in their first years tend to have better emotional regulation, stronger relationships, greater resilience in the face of challenges, and more success in school and beyond. But here's what I want you to remember most. You don't have to be perfect to be exactly the parent your baby needs. Your love, attention, and care are already powerful tools for nurturing your child's development. By being present, responsive, and attentive to your baby's needs, while also caring for your own well-being, you're providing the foundation for a lifetime of happiness and health. Every moment you spend implementing these strategies is an investment in your baby's lifelong well-being and your relationship together. Your baby is lucky to have a parent who cares enough to seek out this information and think intentionally about their development. Trust yourself. Enjoy these precious early months, and remember that the love and attention you're already providing are exactly what your baby needs to thrive.